Hello, welcome to Missy's Imaginings. So today I think I'm going to be working on a new gown for Elliece, the 60 centimeter Resinsoul me body, and I got her face up all done. That'll be a different video. So I have her in this black and gold gown. I've had it for sale for a while at different shows and online. It's priced a little bit high just because of the fabric. It's all black embroidered chiffon. So the gold is, there we go, the gold is embroidered onto the, not really chiffon either, it's kind of a tuley stuff. And anyway, so because of the fabric, it's a little more expensive. And it's one of those that I really like how it turned out, so if it doesn't sell, I'm okay with that. So it has a separate black ultra leather corset with gold grommets, and then of course the gold tie. And somehow she kind of managed to appropriate Jacques' jewel necklace there. But anyway, so I got her face up done in a different video. I'm not sure. I'm thinking her hair might end up being gray. Don't know yet. But I like this gown. I like it on her, but it's a little more harsh. I want her to have something that looks a little softer. So these are very striking with the black and white, of course, but I think I want to see her in something a little bit softer. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I've already drafted the basic piece set for this doll. I will go ahead and put those pieces on the website. So it will be the basic piece set for the 60 centimeter Resinsoul body, and I will be using those to make the pattern for a new gown. So I have an idea in my head of what I want the gown to look like. So I'll go ahead and put a photo or a picture drawing in this video so you can see it. I don't know, maybe we can put it right there. I don't know. We'll see if that works. I can let it sit there for a second. So I wanted it to be, it'll have the gathered bodice just up across the top, then a corset style waist, just because I like that slim look. It'll have a flared gown or skirt, much like this one, but it just won't have the inset pieces. It'll just be cut as a flared gown. Then it'll have the shoulders will come over the shoulder from the front and then back around down to the side. And then I'll put another picture here, maybe if it'll work. And yeah, in the back, because she has such a pretty sculpted back with her shoulder blades and stuff, I kind of wanted to show those off. And then I have an idea for jewelry, which I'll show in that drawing. So I want to go ahead and see if we can make this gown and make it work and make it fit and make it look the way I want it to. So anyhow, that's what we'll be doing. So if you want to tag along and watch us make a gown, that's what we'll do. Thanks. So Elliece here is ready. Her little unitard there, or leotard, was from another doll, so that always comes in handy. So she's going to model for us a little bit here. So I have the basic set done for this doll, and I have two collars. One is designed with the center as the back for a collared shirt that you can use that to adapt, and then this one is for a back fastened collar that would go around the neck and fasten in the back. So there's two collars. It has the front, which this line would be placed on a fold to give the center front, and then this is the side front, which would match up to that. A back piece, you'd cut two back pieces. I did include just a waistband piece for anything you might design that would need a waistband. It's just sometimes easier to have one ready. And I did make it a little bit longer than would be required, so it gives that extra length in case you need to trim it. There's a long sleeve that's included, and then a front and back for the leggings. So that's the basic set. when I had this set done with the design that I want to do, there weren't very many of these pieces that would even apply. So I wrapped the doll again and did just an under the bust to slightly lower than the waist corset wrap and made the corset pieces. Now with these pieces, I'm going to use them, well I did use them, to draft the pieces of the dress. So there's a front piece, then the side front, then the center back, and a side back. So these pieces, you'd cut 2 of each one except for the center. You could use the center line here and place it on a fold, or you could have 2, either way. And this would make a wraparound corset. So in order to do the dress that I want, I drafted the front side and the front the same, but then because I want that dropped back, I went ahead and took this piece and just angled it down, and then the very back piece and angled it down so that this will all be dropped back and it'll fasten here, and then the skirt would be attached to the corset. For the bust line, I wanted it to be gathered across her bust. So in order to have it nice and full and gathered, I need 2 layers. So I have the under layer, which goes just right under the bust line, and then this of course would be gathered. So it will be slightly gathered, but I wanted more fullness than that. So the larger piece will be gathered on the top and the bottom, and that will be sewn to this once it's gathered to match this one and fitted to her. So those 2 pieces would be the bust. Then I'll do about a 6-inch ribbon across the top to finish out that and make it look nice. Then the sleeves are going to just be like a cap sleeve. So I have this piece that will actually be folded lengthways and sewn and gathered at the ends, so they'll be shaped slightly like this once they're on her, and then this would be all gathered. I'll fold it like a little paper airplane. So anyhow, that will be the cap sleeve, and it will attach right a little above the bust. It'll come around her shoulder. Let's see if we can hold it on there. And then it will actually attach back underneath her arm. We can move her arm back here. So those 2 pieces will actually meet. So then the back will come down and show off her back. So it's going to come down and be a dropped back, and then the skirt will come from that. So to make the skirt, I measured from that dropped waist, because this isn't right at her waist, down to how long I wanted it. So I measured the length I want the front, and then her waist, I took, this is about 1/4 of her waist, and it might have a little bit of gathering when I'm done. So this will be the waist. Then what I did is I made this edge longer than that edge because I want it to gradually get longer in the back. So I added some flare to it, then I started straight and curved to meet that longer edge. So this would be the side and the center front, which would be on the fold. Then to do the back, because I want the back to be longer still, what I do is I lay this out and I get a new piece, and instead of matching it right over the top, I'm going to match the side first. Hope this is all in the camera. So I always match that side first because that's the side that's going to be sewn together, and that way you can see that gradual lengthening. So then I match that, and then the back is longer still. And so I take it an angle, and then I just take that bottom edge and angle it out so it matches. So this would be half the skirt. So that'll give a nice full flared skirt that will be longer in the back than the front. So those are my pieces for the gown. So now I just have to decide what fabric I'm going to use to get it all cut out and put together. So Okay, so putting together the pattern and getting it all cut out ended up being very, very long. And so since this video has already been pretty long, I'm going to go ahead and stop it there, and we'll do the sewing the gown in another video. So I will go ahead and post the pattern pieces for the basic set for the 60 centimeter Resinsoul Me body, and I'll go ahead and post the basic set for uh, this video, because that's all ready now. So you can go to the website, Missy'sImaginings.com, go to the Ready to Print page, and go ahead and download the PDF file, and enjoy having fun making your patterns. So we'll go ahead and, this is the finished gown. I got it done and actually ironed. So yeah, we'll go ahead and sew it in the next video. See you later. Bye.